Today I'm going to do something a little new. I'm going to do a virtual tour with a VR headset of one of my listings in Sacramento, Kentucky. The address on this property is 9549 State Route 81, Island, Kentucky, but I call it Sacramento because it's really, really close to Sac. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's just take a dive in, take a look at it. First off, we're going to look at the listing pictures, and then we're going to dive in and take a walk around the house. All right, let's see here. Let's get this going. All right, so here you should be able to see in my VR headset the listing. This is a front elevation picture of the house. Let's click on here. We've got some really, let's see if I can make this bigger, and then full screen. There we go. All right, so here's the outside pictures. You got a 2-car garage, and then you've also got a carport out back behind the house. There's a picture of the dining room. There's some kitchen pictures. Let's take a look, more kitchen. I think I'll say it again later on, but the seller is offering a credit to the buyer for a range and refrigerator. That way you guys get to pick the one that you want instead of just getting stuck with the one that comes with the house. Here's a picture of the living room. We've got gas fireplace in the living room and the dining room. Dining room is right around the corner there. There's another picture of the living room. This would be like a in-law suite or game room, etc., with a half bath. There's another picture of it. Your half bath that's in that. This is one of the bedrooms when you go down the hallway. It's the same bedroom. We've got a laundry room, the garage. There's the garage actually used to be used as a hair salon, and then when the current owners bought it, they remodeled it, turned it back into a garage, and then added that ensuite back there in the back. Here's the primary bedroom. This is the one where, you know, you'd send people if the guests come over, say don't go through the bathroom, don't go through the bedroom to go to the half bath or the one in the master suite. This is another bedroom. This is down on the end of the house at the front. This is the same bedroom. And then this would be the primary bedroom with the ensuite there and the closet. Here's the bath inside the primary bedroom. There's a shower. And then around that corner there, well, I'll show you later, there's a little cubby where you can put shelves in storage if you want. Right now, they've got a little laundry basket sitting there. Here's a nice picture of the backyard. Lot line's pretty well come straight to that. Let's see if I could get my cursor here. Lot line pretty much sits right here and right on the edge of the driveway on the other side. But you got plenty of room for a swing set or, you know, activities or a small shop if you want to build one. Your septic tank sits right about there. You see another, there's the lid to the septic system. There's that carport on the back. And we're back to the front. All right, this gives you a better view of what the house actually, how it's laid out. You know, there's the front door right there in the middle on the opposite side. Let's turn this around here. Yep, turn it around. There we go. This is looking at the front elevation. Your front door is going to sit right there. Go into the living room, and you can go through and you can find the kitchen, and the garage is over here. You got 2 bedrooms on the front of the house, then 2 bedrooms on the back of the house. There's one there, one there. Let's go ahead and let's start our tour. Let's start it right here in the living room. There we go. Now let's turn it around here and take a look. Now we're standing in the living room. You know, you've got plenty of room for entertainment. You can put a couch or, you know, it's just living room things. You know, use your imagination. Let's go over here and stand next to the front door, turn around to take a look at the whole thing. Yeah, you got plenty of space. Do all the things you want to do. You can put a TV down here. I know a lot of people are opposed to put TVs over top of the fireplace, but if you do, there is an outlet right there. There is an outlet right there, so if you want to set your TV up here, Blu-ray player, DVD, whatever, streaming stick, you have that option. Vent-free gas fireplace logs there. All of the ceiling fans in the room, they're on remote controls, so you don't have to get up and use the switch. If you don't want to, you can pull up just take the controller with you and adjust it when you need to. Let's go over here. We're going to go down and look at the bedrooms first. All right, so let's click this spot right here, and then there's the bathroom. You got a tub shower combo, and over here in the corner you got the commode. Let's go back here. There's the bedroom. I promise that window's not crooked. I think it's just the way that the pictures were taken for the Matterport 3D tour. There is a Zillow for 3D tour available for this property as well. It's a little bit less choppy, but unfortunately I'm not able to pull that up on here and take a look. You can go on in. There's room for a bed and dresser and TV if that's how you want to set it up. You can put bunk beds in there and cram a whole bunch of kids in there. And then let's go on into this room here. This is the bedroom that's on the front of the house. This is actually the biggest bedroom in the house. So if you want to use this as a primary, you can. I know some people are opposed to giving a kid a bathroom in their own room, and they usually end up wrecking that. But that's an option. And let's go over here and take a look at this other bedroom. Let's go over there. All right, now where are we? Oh yeah, we're in there we go. So now we're walked into the other bedroom. This is one we would call the primary bedroom. It's got the full bath. It's a shower with glass doors and sink, commode over there, and over here in the corner, this is where I was talking about having, you could put shelves for storage, but right now they've just got a little laundry hamper stuck over here. All right, and that's all for these bedrooms. You're welcome to pause this video at any time to take a better look at it. Let's go down to the end of the hallway. All right, and we're back at the front door there. We're gonna actually turn and go into the dining room. And here we are in the dining room. You see, you got gas logs here. And then on the other side, on the living room side, it's on that section right there is where the gas logs sit. These gas logs sit here. You got a door that goes out to the back patio. This one would be like a pantry or storage closet right here. And go on in. You've got more storage over here on these shelves. I will take a look at that in a second. You've got actually 2 sinks. So you can have a bunch of different prep space. You're gonna have your dishes here, and then you use this for mixing drinks or whatever. You put filtered water on here, however you want to do it. Let's see here, and then over here we've got storage shelves up top. We're in Kentucky, so there's a bunch of people who can collect Kentucky bourbon. That's most of the people I've shown this house to so far. We've joked about that. And then putting a little wine fridge or a bourbon fridge down here at the bottom. You've got enough room here for, a little breakfast area or a little table here, so you're not using the formal dining set all the time. Obviously you can put a little prep station here. That way you have a quick access to prep, refrigerator, range, microwave, etc. You could also put your microwave over here if you want to. You've got another pantry cabinet right here, and then plenty of storage for pots, pans, dishes, etc. over through here. All right, I think that's all we've got for that part of the house. Let's go over here. Let's go up to this threshold and take a look. Straight ahead is our laundry room. It's a humongous laundry room. You can put a table, prep station, or a folding station, cabinets, all kinds of stuff. Let's go in here. There's your electrical It's got hookups for electric dryer, and then you've got wall outlets over here on this side. You've got these double doors if you want to use them. Um, the only thing about this space is that I don't know what I would do right here other than just build a little table over top of it so you don't have to have this little knockout right here. But yeah, it's just washer and dryer, live in that room. Let's go look at the garage. Let's take a jump in here. All right, now we've got insulated garage door, new ceiling panels and new lighting all the way throughout the whole house. This has been freshly painted. It's got a epoxy chip seal coat on the garage floor. That room over there, I don't believe we've got access to that one on the virtual tour. No, we don't. There's a water heater and more storage inside that room there. It's a pretty decent size room, about half the size of the laundry room. And then over here, let's see here. Yeah, you've got pegboard for storage, and then your attic access is actually right there in the garage. It's pretty easy to get to. All right, let's go on across. Let's take a look at this room. Now, I've had people call this a game room, in-law suite. Pretty much it's just a flex space with a half bath attached. Having that extra sink and toilet available is definitely a big plus for a lot of people. I've had people talk about how they could put a Murphy bed here, or like a pull-out couch, and then over here on this side we have a TV, and then you've got a closet over here. So if you do turn this into a bedroom, you do have that flexibility. But I've also had people talk about they don't really like the idea of putting a kid in a bedroom that's got a door that goes straight outside, which I don't blame them. Kids will be kids, and if they get the bright idea they're going to sneak out and go to a friend's house at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a very real possibility it could happen. But let's go back to the kitchen, and we'll wrap up there. All right, so if you'd like to go take a look at this house in person, you can give me a call or shoot me a text message. My phone number is 270-499-4948. My name is Ethan Myers. I'm an associate broker with Fairway Realty. We're based out of Livermore, Kentucky. We serve the entire Green River area, and I could sell a house anywhere in Kentucky. I hope you enjoyed this new experiment for me, doing a VR virtual tour using an Oculus Quest, or this is Oculus, but it's MetaQuest now. You can use any virtual reality headset to do Matterport virtual tours, and if you can get them to work, get into the Zillow website, you can use it on the Zillow 3D tours as well. I'd be happy to help you in your home search. Just give me a shout. Thanks.